Hey folks, Mike Dawkins from Worldcast Anglers here with your Jackson Hole weekend fly fishing forecast for Memorial Day 2020, May 23rd and 24th. We've got a 3-day weekend coming up this weekend. Some great fishing opportunities for you. I'm here in the Box Canyon up on the Upper Henry's Fork. It doesn't really feel like Memorial Day or salmon fly weather. It's actually spitting some snow, cloudy, rainy, highs in the high 30s. You know, pretty typical Rocky Mountain spring weather and pretty typical weather that we receive on Memorial Day every year. So the good news is we've got salmon flies on the Henry's Fork. We've got some other fishing opportunities opening up for everybody here in the next couple of days, which will hopefully spread some people out and whatnot. So we'll get to it. Palisades Reservoir, 69% of capacity. Jackson Lake, 83% of capacity. The Upper Snake River Basin is 105% of snowpack. The Henry's Fork is 80% of snowpack for this time over an average, so average of this time over a multiple span of different years. We've actually added to our snowpack the past couple days with this cool overcast weather. We've actually received some snow up high, so we've actually added a couple percentage points back. Saturday, unfortunately, it looks rainy and miserable. 43 degrees as the high, 34 as the low. Sunday looks like it's mostly cloudy, high of 55, low of 34. So Sunday looks like right now to be the better of the days. We've got some more rain and cooler weather happening tomorrow, Friday, as well as the beginning of next week. So the good news is we've got some days in the high 70s and the low 80s coming towards next weekend. Sunny, warm, pretty nice outside that everyone should be excited for. As I said, we've got big bugs on the Henry's Fork. Fly Shop is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Sunday, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. So anything that you guys need, stop in. We can sell non-resident fishing licenses now. We've got a bunch of great new salmon fly bugs, rubber legs, nymphs. We've got everything for you guys. So definitely stop in, say hey, stock up for some salmon fly fishing or whatever fishing you're doing over the weekend. The Henry's Fork up here, Box Canyon, 456 CFS behind me, 1,860 CFS there on the lower river around Ashton. The Henry's Fork has been a busy place. I heard on Saturday last week, Lynette from Yellow Sally's ran over 80 shuttles there on the lower river just in one day. So you're gonna have to be creative in what you're looking for, and you're gonna have to be creative in your fishing techniques. It's a great time of year to come up here and wade fish or do a quick float. Go down to the lower river, fish after everyone is filtered through, flip-flop, wade fish up here, wade fish down there. You got to get out of the run-of-the-mill traffic, or if you're looking for success on the big bug bite or anything like that. The salmon flies, they've been all over Warm River to Ashton. The lower river, they're sort of slowly creeping their way up. This weather that we're having now is probably squashing them a little bit. We haven't seen any flying around up here, but we've found some crawling around on nymphs. So they're on their way. So be ready in the Box Canyon with classic nymph rigs, rubber legs, small pheasant tails, tactical tungsten jig style flies, and down there on the lower river, salmon flies, dry droppers. I may even start throwing some goldens, different colors, different profiles, and with this cooler weather, be ready with blue-wing olives, some leftover March browns, as well as a bunch of caddis too. So streamer fishing has been pretty good up here as well. So if you want to throw that in your back pocket to do something different. South Fork, 11,700 CFS there on the being discharged from Palisades Dam, 12,700 CFS there on the lower river. Last week, the South Fork was 15,500 CFS, so we saw water managers drop things down to a much more manageable and comfortable level for anglers. Nymphing was really good this week. Streamer fishing was really hot this week. Nothing much for dry flies. I wouldn't expect much for dry fly fishing activity on the South Fork this time of year. But now that it's at 11,700 CFS, clarity is pretty good. You've got the whole river to play with. Floats on the upper, overnights over the weekend if you want to brave the cold, or if you got the 3-day weekend with Monday off. Streamer fishing, nymphing with rubber legs, worms, zebra midges, tungsten tactical jigs like the Perdigons, stuff like the Duracell, jig head pheasant tail, stuff like that is all going to be really productive. The Snake and Jackson, 2,580 CFS being discharged from Jackson Lake Dam, 14,800 CFS there going in to Palisades Reservoir before the salt and the grays. nothing much there. The snake is quite dirty. Clarity is quite poor. I don't really think we'll see it come back much unless things get really cold and things really start to lock back up with our snowpack. But I think you can sort of kiss the snake goodbye here for the next 30, 45 days, just sort of seeing what happens. So you're pretty much going to be limited to some other places. The Teton in Teton Valley, 631 CFS near Driggs, 2,370 CFS on the lower river. Same thing with the snake or any other river with high tributary influence. You're going to see them be off color. You're going to see clarity be quite poor. Unless you're just looking for a pleasure float, you know, your fishing opportunities are going to probably be more consistent in other places like the South Fork or the Henry's Fork. Henry's Lake opens this weekend, Saturday, Memorial Day weekend. Fishing game from Idaho Fishing Game Biologists. We're forecasting a great year for Henry's Lake. If you do go out, you know, on Saturday and Sunday with some of this wind and cooler weather, just be careful. You know, being out on flat water in a drift boat isn't always the safest thing. So just be ready, you know, in all of those sort of classic circumstances. The Yellowstone National Park fishing season opens on Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. We haven't heard anything of it being canceled. You know, so get your fishing license. The west entrance and any of the Montana entrances are closed right now. The south entrances and the east entrance is open. So what a year to go check out the fire hole on the opening day, Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. I would forecast you to have some pretty good fishing swinging soft tackles, small streamers, you know, baetis, midges, and caddis. You know, maybe go down, check out the Firehole Canyon, see if there's any salmon flies popping around down there. But this is going to be a great early season for fishing in Yellowstone. If you can get your fishing license, you're not going to be able to get it inside the park. So if any outside vendors have any, and I don't think you can get them online, which I haven't checked, but if you can make it up there, that's another great opportunity to get away from the crowds. So once again, we're open this weekend, Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Sunday, 8 a.m. to noon. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day to everyone out there, and a safe weekend on the water, and we'll see you here next week.